Hey guys, recently, everyone's been talking about the possibility of sourcing products from the U.S. to sell on Amazon or eBay or Shopify or whatever other platform that they're using. And I've been putting videos on my channel now for about 6 or 7 years about that very thing, about sourcing locally. There are a lot of people that in the beginning stages of their e-commerce journey are just not up to uh, ordering products from overseas and going through the learning curve and the stress that learning curve brings with it in order to source products. So, I've advised people to look in their general area for products that not only are they locally produced, but they might very well be perceived as being unique or even exclusive, which gives you an advantage when it comes time to price those items and make a decent margin off of those items. Uh, Again, being from North Carolina, we have different types of artisans spread around the state. We have an area in the central part of the state that has a lot of pottery businesses. Uh, North Carolina is known for its clay soil. Farmers hate it. Potters apparently love it. And there are literally, in a relatively small footprint, there are several hundred potters that have retail shops, and I have sold items from those shops for many years. In the mountains of North Carolina, you have a lot of I'm trying to make it sound good here, but glass fabrication businesses, glass blowers, making a variety of functional and or artistic glassworks. And when you have an item that is unique, and in this case I'm talking about, you have some type of jug, a glass jug, and literally there will never be another one exactly like that. Uh, a lot of these glass blowers, they mix colors. These things are made by hand, so no two are exactly alike. When you have something that's unique like that, uh, you may not be able to sell one very often, but you may sell one a week at a very, very profitable price because it's usable, but it's also art, and people will buy it just for the sake of having it as an art piece. So, I'm not necessarily saying rush out and do this, but I am saying I've done this successfully for many years on Amazon and on other platforms, and I think most people, wherever they are in the United States, can find something unique to their state that they can sell profitably. It doesn't have to be, a manufactured item in the sense that there's a big factory somewhere. It can be more of an artisanal item. It can be a food item. It can be, any number of things. Just look around your state and see what your state is known for, and then seek out some of those producers and see what kind of deal you can work out. It's I don't want to oversimplify it here, but this is, in the overall scheme of things, this is an easier sourcing process than going through China and buying bulk containers and having them shipped to the U.S., especially now when it's just, for all intents and purposes, that's not happening right now. Uh, I want to give you one example. If you want to pull out Google Maps, you can. If you look at western central North Carolina and then go due north, you'll find some towns there that you may have heard if you watch Andy Griffith on television. You look for the town of Mount Airy, due north of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Um, Highway 52 goes across the border into Virginia, and right there at the border, you have the appropriately named State Line Produce. and it's a large produce stand. I've been going to this produce stand since I was in diapers, and it's grown every year. It's a pretty sizable place. And there are 3 big produce stands within about a 4-mile stretch of this highway. And they sell locally produced produce, obviously. There are a lot of apples up there. I think they grow a lot of cherries up there, cabbage, corn, things of that nature. But if you once you see this on the map, and if you orient yourself thinking about that area, now I want you to search for Cana, Virginia, C-A-N-A, Virginia, and that's a town adjacent to these produce stands. And the reason that's important is it took me many years to make this connection, but this state line produce that literally as a child my parents would take me there when we would go up to the mountains on weekend trips. They had a lot of jams and jellies and packaged dried apricots, nuts of various types in various size packages, and I always thought that was a really neat place to go. Years later, as an adult, going to farmers markets around the state, and some on the opposite end of the state, coastal farmers markets that were 4 hours away from this Cana, Virginia area, I saw these same jams and jellies. And at the time I didn't know what I was seeing necessarily, but what I was seeing was basically private labeled jams and jellies produced in Cana, Virginia. Cana, Virginia, as I make this video, has a population of just under 1,300 people. And I think all 1,300 of them either work at these produce stands or they work in a canning facility or one of many canning facilities in the area. And they produce jams and jellies from locally sourced produce, and they do so on kind of a white label basis. So you may see the exact same jams and jellies in different parts of the state with different labels on it, different brand labels on it. And for that matter, I've never looked, but for all I know, you might see these jams and jellies in California. There's nothing I'm aware of that would keep them from being shipped to California and being sold as a really high-end novelty item, if you will, just by virtue of the fact that they're produced in Virginia and you've shipped it 3,000 miles, and they probably command a premium as something unique to the area. So, just want to give you these examples. If you'll do the work, I mean, just in the course of this video, if you pulled up on your computer Cana, Virginia, and looked, and you'll probably see immediately, you'll see links for co-packing. That's what a company or an organization is referred to as an organization that will produce your product for you or sell your products that they produce and private label it for you. So if you look Cana, Virginia, co-packing, you will see multiple hits. It is for a very small area, by virtue of population, you have a large percentage of that population that works in this co-packing industry or in this co-packing field. And they produce excellent products. They produce products that are very, very good and very, very interesting, and sometimes both. Again, jams and jellies and nuts and dried fruits and just a variety of things. So I'm not saying that this is necessarily what you should get into, but if you understand what they're doing, you will realize that there are businesses around the country doing the same thing. It's unlikely you live in an area that doesn't have a co-packer somewhere within 100 miles of you. And being able to talk to someone on the phone without a language barrier, and better yet, being able to get in the car and go see these people and deal with them face to face, let them know that you're a real person, that you're serious, and you'd like to buy some of their products and sell. The lack of friction in that transaction, should be greatly appreciated. And it's a great way to get started. And if you're if you're already up and running, but you're sourcing a lot of your products from overseas, this might be a great way for you to bring new products into what you're selling on Amazon without going through a lot of problems trying to deal with brand name manufacturers where they're going to have a minimum order quantity probably way beyond what you're up to, and it gives you a chance to do some private labeling if you choose to do so. These co-packers usually also have a house label or a house brand that they will allow you to sell under if you like. So anyway, I can't make a video that's short that can cover all the possibilities, but this is one possibility that you really need to look into. I think that you would find success is close at hand if you're just wanting to make a few phone calls and reach out and just do a little bit of investigation on your own. It's not like you're going to Alibaba, but by the same token, you don't have the language barrier. You don't have 12,000 miles of shipping between you and the supplier, and you can confirm the quality and the value of the products before you ever place your first order. There's a lot to be said for that, and look into it, and hopefully this will point you in a direction that makes life a little bit easier for you. With that said, hey, if you haven't done so already, please hit like. Helps the video, helps the channel, and I'd love to see you subscribe if you're looking to sell on Amazon, eBay, Shopify, or other e-commerce platforms. That's all I know. Y'all take care.